Stand-up comedy has long been considered a relatively safe business, with the exception of a little embarrassment from the occasional bomb or the extreme depression brought on by talentless hacks making an enormous amount of money. And of course there is all the light sexual harassment you deal with from club owners, bar patrons, staff, audience members who are male, audience members who are female, various members of the industry, and fellow comedians. But it's never been thought of as a place to worry about severe head injuries. Until now. Now, Julie, thank you for being here. You've just celebrated your 29th wedding anniversary with Martin the Maniac. Now, when did you first notice that there was a cause for concern with his mental health?
Well, it must have been about 4 years ago now. He came back from a long road trip from Indianapolis, and I remember it well because Marty came back and said he must have been dealing with some sort of fungal infection on his genitals, which I later found out was an STD actually. He had been having an affair with the Chick-fil-A drive-through girl.
She only fucked on Sundays.
But we got through it.
We did.
But I remember he was having a really hard time reading his Sports Illustrated. And he just flew into a rage all of a sudden and started yelling at me for printing the letters too small. And of course I found that really startling, and an alarm went off in my head. And now he always thinks it's Christmas.
Well, that sounds troubling indeed, on multiple fronts. Now, Martin, is that when you first thought there should be...
Please, call me the Maniac.
The Maniac.
Thank you.
Is that when you first thought something was wrong?
Yeah, Katie, I definitely thought something was up then, you know? I thought, boy, I am snapping at my beautiful wife harder than usual. And my head was just pounding all the time, you know, just like sumo wrestlers up there, just going crazy. You know, and then I remember thinking, you know, the bits just aren't coming as easy as they used to, and neither was I.
Now, Martin, when did you first suspect that the trouble with your head might be the result of smashing yourself in the head with the microphone?
Well, as Julie mentioned, I'm a big sports fan. And I had read about how these head injuries make you want to maybe even kill someone or yourself. And I've been wanting to kill myself or someone else for as long as I can remember. Then I remember I used to do this bit about all the gangbangs my wife was a part of. Just dicks everywhere. Oh, here comes a big one. Oh, can't get enough dicks, my wife.
Now, Julie, how did you feel about Martin's misogynistic comedy routine?
Well, I would tell him to stop.
No, she liked it.
I would tell you to stop a lot. But I assume that, you know, as he was hitting himself in the head, he would just forget that I would tell him. So, you know, we're trying, but...
So amnesia is also an issue.
I mean, I did that joke every night for 18 years. It's a lot of dicks to the head.
Yeah, that...
I've never been in a gangbang. I'm taking care of our kids every night.
You know, there's not all truth in comedy, but, you know, up here, she's done a lot of gangbangs. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Many cast of characters.
Let's meet another tragic clown. Elizabeth Brown started doing comedy in 1985. It was a dream of hers, and when her parents sat her down to tell her there's no such thing as a funny woman, she set out to prove them wrong. Unfortunately, she did that and more. Elizabeth has been suffering from the same crippling headache now for over 10 years.
Well, when I started, there was no woman, so I had to figure out a way to stand out. So I basically came up with this style where I would describe a behavior that I didn't like, and then I would hit myself over the head and say, hello, and it was really funny. No one was doing what I was doing. And he says to me, what would you like for your birthday? I was like, John Stamos coming out of a cake. Hello? John Stamos coming out of a cake. That's the line of the night, folks. Hello? I was doing game shows. I did cruises. I did all the bananas, every banana that you can think of. I was doing it. I was there, but evidently when you do more than 100 blows to your head, it really takes a toll to you. And now I can't get rid of this goddamn headache. And I never got to make it to the Tonight Show. And I'm funnier than all of these fucking bitches. Hello?
You've been called caustic by a number of publications.
How did you get this job? What is this? You just show up with a blazer and a turtleneck and you think you can tell the news? It's not easy what I do.
Okay. Katie Donahue, TWS News.